Hey guys, what's going on? This is CJ Roll. I want to just ignore that a little bit. Today in this video we're doing a bit of another Let's Talk. So I thought that the last one actually got quite a good response, like basically more than my normal videos. So basically, I want to talk to you today about EJ's Lovely World, because obviously Lovely World's been going on for a long time. As I'm recording this, I've recorded like 435 videos of it, which is incredible. Especially for me to keep a series going for that long. It's me, like, you know, I'm the guy who gives up series after 5 episodes if I die. But I've just enjoyed it so much. But My Lovely World, just because I've done so much on it, it's getting very, very laggy. I've tried lag proofing it, and it worked for a while, but the frames are slowly going down again, and I've just built something that basically breaks the game when you use it. So I have no idea what to do. I'm not sure whether to move to Bedrock Edition now, because you see, basically, I've got a few options ahead, like in front of me. Basically, I've got option number one, which is stay on 360 until episode 500, and just put up with the lag. And I could do that. I enjoy playing. I enjoy playing on Xbox 360. It's probably the most enjoyable. It's the most enjoyable. Experience I have. But like in my testing world, which is just a super flat world, like I can see the difference. Testing world completely fine. That's just normal super flat. I load the world, and you might see, like in the tour, for example, I looked over at Deadlock's house. It just wasn't loaded. Like I was right next to it, and as I walk over to it, I've started to record videos where I've like walked right over it, and you can see Deadlock's, see half of his house, but where Deadlock's is, it's just not loaded, um, which is just typical Lovely Worlds, isn't it? Um, basically it's just stuff like that, and that, like I said, I built something where you activate it, and it just breaks the game. So yeah. Also, there's stuff like animal limits. Me and Steve had big trouble after the farming episodes where we had to go like round killing a bunch of animals, basically just spawn the animals in the foo. Um, oh, brilliant! I'm just giving away. Basically, we build something in the future where we need to build in the future for you. Waha. Don't know what that was. Basically, we build something, and it basically revolves around animals. You can probably guess by the name and the fact that it revolves around animals. Basically, we needed animals, spawning inside of it. So we had to go around killing a bunch of animals, which obviously, it's just irritating, especially when I go around killing 10 animals. I expect to be able to spawn 2 in, but no. Xbox 360 is too quick. Will spawn more in, so you can't spawn any. But yeah, it's basically just getting to the point where I can barely do Lovely World on the Xbox 360. So that's option number one. Really promoted that option very well, didn't I? But yeah, option number one is probably option number one, Sound 360, just put up with the lag until episode 500. Not that far away, actually. I'm like 50 episodes away, pretty much, like recording it. So it's fine, and I can gradually, be building out of the lag zone, which for some reason I have. I think it's because of the lag proofing I've done. Basically, it's created like a bit of a zone. By the way, the frames are worse in the lag zone, but when you go out of the lag zone, it gets really laggy just for a second. Like the game, you might have noticed in the videos, it freezes just for a split second. It just basically freezes over, and then it carries on. But the frames are Still bad. They're like 30 frames. And I think there's, I don't know, like, trying to estimate here, like 20 frames. The standard's like 35 or something on 360. And then the main town is around about 10. So that's really not good. I think on Bedrock Edition it's like 120, but when you get in the town, it's like 5 frames a second. Like, I recorded a video recently with some of my helpers where we went through the town, I just went like that, or just all the frames, and I messed up all my hair now. But yeah, you get the point. Basically, the it's just getting too laggy on 360. Option number 2 is basically play on Bedrock Edition, where obviously it's worse around the town, but it's, basically, the big flat section, like where flattened over the ocean. Yeah, but what's it called? The big area that I've flattened out over the that was a big gap over the ocean. It's horrible around there. Like I said, it's about 5 frames per second around there. Like that. But it's like Xbox One edition, which is 60 frames per second everywhere else, which is bearable. It's just annoying when I'm like, especially if I look in the direction. It's weird stuff like, if I don't play on Realms in My Lovely World, then basically, at the start I go, EJ's Lovely World, and I look across. At the start of that pan, the reason I have to play on Realms, because I start looking at, the wall of my house, don't I? And I go basically to the other wall. In that direction, it just goes, EJ's Lovely World. And it's just weird stuff like that, and like, yeah, it's just weird stuff like that where, if I, like I said a second ago, if I look in the direction, it just the frames just go right down. Some of the Lars and Dave and maybe even Daddy here might say, I don't yeah, yeah, if you see us like communicating like in the Discord server, we might sometimes talk about the lag in Lovely World. Like, I might say, hey, do you want to record something like that? We might end up talking about the lag in Lovely World at some point. And they've said to me like a few times, just while we're just on call, like about to start recording, God, it's so laggy. They've just just gone, oh, it's too laggy. But yeah, option number. So let me run across the options again. Option 1 is stay on 360, just put up with the lag. I think I'd prefer that option just as a playing and recording experience. Hold, Mom, I'm recording. Just so you know. Just so they're not like too loud a little bit in the background. But yeah, option number 1, put up with the lag, stay on 360. I think that would be the best, like, for me, playing and recording, just because I enjoy that version more. Option Xbox One edition is not an option, by the way, can I just say? Just because they don't have Update Aquatic, so I couldn't move that to that version as a temporary thing, just to get rid of the lag or anything. No, that's an update behind 360. Don't ask me, I think they should have added it. Like I said, option number 2 is play on Bedrock off Realms. So that would mean the world is just incredibly laggy around the flat space and is alright everywhere else. Option number 3, what I'm going to get into now, is was odd. Sorry. Oh yeah, option number 3 is play on Bedrock Edition with Realms. So this is still on my Xbox. Yeah, I don't think that's really gonna be. I don't even think that's the third best option because another one. That's just realms are. I don't want to sound like big-headed when I say realms are unworthy, but realms are unworthy. Like they to hold EJ's Lovely World to get because we just have so many technical issues revolving around. Like I get the whole gang together. Like we're playing the Pearl Points tournament, for example. That was on Realms. God, that was a hassle and a half. Honestly, recording that, like we like we got the whole gang together. Then we spent about around about like 20 minutes or something just dealing with all these issues with realms like Daddy-O couldn't get in, and then I have to reopen it and close it, and then I turn on host privileges and cheats. Sorry, I'm from a version where they call it host privileges because on Legacy console, well, they call it host privileges, but you call them cheats. Basically, I activated cheats, and like me and Lars were like trying to sort it out, and like I said to Lars, all right, can you set it so it so mobs don't spawn, so we're not playing in the Nether, and like we're not bunch of guys spawning like in the tour, um, and Lars was like, no, it's not coming up, and it was just stuff like that, and it's like, well, why isn't it coming up? Why aren't you coming up? Um, but yeah, it's just all of the technical issues with Realms, the lag on Realms. It's basically Bedrock Edition, like My Lovely World off Realms on Bedrock Edition, and Lovely World on Realms on Bedrock Edition might as well be the same thing because the frames are down on Bedrock Edition, which is basically hard to play and hard to like basically look at. You get motion sickness easily. Um, and then off Realms, just players, for example, if we had you might have seen it in the tournament of my Murder Maze 2 game, where basically someone would be, say I'd be looking at someone and attacking them, but it won't be hurting them because really they're in another place, but it's showing them as, where I'm attacking, but it's not hurting them because they're in that other place. Um, and it's just weird stuff like that where it just doesn't run the game properly, and obviously we've had cases where me and Oliver would get together to do stuff like we'd like do a collaboration stream on my community realm, um and just like we'd try and log on to, oh, realms are down, what shall we do now, and we'd have to like improvise something like last minute, like I don't know, let's just do egg wars. And so I don't know whether you heard that, but that was an odd noise. What? um I've lost my train of thought now. So yeah, option one, stand 360, put up with the lag. Option two, basically go on Bedrock, get all the new features and stuff, and mostly the lag's cleared up. But obviously, when I look in the flatland, that I've done, it's just option three, play on realms. Basically, that's very last resort. Option four is stop Lovely World temporarily and basically wait for my birthday, which is in September, so that's a while, and that's not going to happen. For me to get a gaming PC, for me to be able to run Lovely World smoothly. I'm going to do that anyway. Basically, after episode 500, I'm going to have a bit of a break for me to get, used to all the bearings of, a gaming PC and actually get it, because obviously I can't just get one off the whim. I've got to wait until like Christmas or stuff. Or, I'd rather wait for like Christmas or birthday, or my birthday, you know, so I can get used to, you know, using a mouse and keyboard to play Minecraft. So me and I was discussing with Lars, me and him could do like a little like stream series of me like of him showing me some like tips and tricks or something, or maybe just a normal series. And then when I feel like, you know, I'm ready and I'm all right with the menus and stuff like that, I can go, you know, go back to Lovely World. That's gonna happen no matter what. But there's the plans are that that's gonna happen after 500. By the way, I feel like I should mention the first three options are all a temporary thing till I hit 500. Then the break is gonna be, you know, until I get gaming PC, learn how to use it, and then I'll come back in on the PC. Um, but yeah, anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop blabbering because I've done it for 16 minutes. And what I'm gonna do is that this might as well be a Lovely World video, it's about the same length. Actually, no, I'd have to blabber on for half an hour. Yeah, I mean the helpers get things done so slowly. But yeah, anyway, what I'll do is I'll leave like a poll, and so in the description I'll leave a link to like a straw poll, and then basically in um a few hours, like when it's released, basically like in a few days, I'll look at the poll, and that will heavily influence my decision. Because basically, what I'll do is I'll try or I'll give a trial to the first two options, and then if the top two don't work out, then I'm gonna trial. You know, I'm just gonna stick to 360, and maybe the 360 is gonna be you know, one of the top two. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say what I'd vote for. I'm gonna vote. I'd vote for. I'm not going to vote, obviously, but I would vote for 360. Just because it's my favorite, you know, thing to play on. Obviously, you'd vote as like a viewer, and then I'd decide it as like a you know, the guy who makes the videos basically. So I'm trying to do my hair so I don't have curtains. I do a little bit there. Really not. So yeah, unfortunately, this is the end of this video. Don't forget, link in the description to the not link in the description to the poll. I will also leave it in my Discord server. So there'll be a link to my Discord server in the description as well. So yeah, maybe you can voice your opinions there. Because if anything happens, if stuff happens, um, you know, if the same thing happens with the other Let's Talk where I had, you know, face cam on, webcam on, basically comments are gonna get taken off, and I think that's what's gonna happen with this video, just because I don't really know, to be honest. I have no idea why. But yeah, anyway, unfortunately, the end of this video. Thank everyone for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, take it easy, guys. Bye!